Hey y'all, it's Zooks, and this is Let's Play Satisfactory, where everything is made up and the smart plates don't matter. That's right. They're like... They're like my intro, apparently, getting interrupted, like who cares? Anyway, let's get started. Welcome back to the FICSIT Apprenticeship Program. Last episode, we completed all Tier 2 milestones and are ready to start work on our more permanent starter setup. So, let's get going. So, to explain the permanent starter base plans, I have created an illustration, something to help you understand what's going on in my head for the starter base. So my vision for what's going to be our starter base is using these big canyon walls that we have. They're really tall, and we've only been down here in the canyons, but I want to build up in between those canyon walls. And they're called, I think they're called spires. This biome is called the Tangle Spires, and I want to try to build our factory, our starting production, in between the canyons, kind of like together, like a spider web sinking between the canyons, holding up our factory. And it's not just going to be in one place. The plan is as I grow the factory and add these production lines that are super important, I'm going to spread it out. It's just going to spread all through these spires. They're going to be at different levels, different angles. Hopefully it'll flow through really organically, and it should look really good. And the plan is to put our factory up there. We're gonna, any resources on the bottom, we're gonna bring them straight up and put them up there, and we're gonna do all our processing. All our base stuff is gonna be up there in the canyon walls, and it's gonna look fantastic. I can't wait. It's gonna take a bit to build, but it is gonna look good. Y'all stay tuned. One thing I wanted to show y'all, I'm working on the Caterium tree. Just before I get started on the foundations for the starter base, I wanted to at least get some of this Caterium started. You'll see I started this whole setup, and it's pulling Caterium ore, I believe, but we didn't have a recipe for ingots, and I just unlocked it now. So we're gonna set up our smelter here to do Caterium ingots and give it a sec and upgrade our next Caterium tree. All we have to do is get a little bit of Caterium ingots, so we'll be right back with all that. We're nearly done here with the inflated pocket dimension. We managed to get enough ingots for that one, and as soon as it's done, we are getting our quick wire recipe. Let's see.
Pocket dimension has been inflated.
Thank you, Ada. Let's see. Quick wire's next 3 seconds. Perfect. Now, with this recipe, we'll get to have a neat tool called the zipline, which I'm excited to build. But more importantly, we can set up a quick wire production. So that's what we'll be doing right now. We're gonna let this run here on the side and accumulate some quick wire. We need some for the zipline and for more Caterium technologies. A lot of these technologies are extremely vital to any factory, really. But I wanted to show y'all me getting these first research points for Caterium unlocked, and that's it. All right, just coming back in real quick here just to show off that I completed the zipline achievement.
Unlocked.
So, yay me. I don't have all the parts yet, but we'll be constructing that soon-ish. Hey folks, it's Editing Zooks here, and I wanted to come in here and sort of share with you the methodology I'm having to try to use in putting down these foundations. These canyons are really windy and curvy, and it's really what I wanted to show you is how I'm trying to shape these foundations. I think the plan is to have individual platforms for individual production lines. So that means I need to try and get a nice flat and straight factory through a part of these spires. So what you're seeing here is me finding a good line and then throwing down a ton of foundations. And I do this throughout the build. Part of the struggle in putting together this factory is throwing down a ton of foundations. In the first 10 minutes, I'd put down like 5,000 concrete or something like that. So I just wanted to show you I expanded this concrete setup to add 2 constructors to the setup, so you would get to see me doing it pretty quick. But my hunger for concrete wasn't so easily satiated. I had to find another limestone node, and luckily the one close by was a pure node, so I get to make the same setup. So 3 more constructors making concrete for me. Yay. And I teased it a little bit, but I finally get to make my zip line. These things are really handy early game. You really don't have a lot of factory traversal options in the early game, but this is kind of a nice way for you to travel in your factory if you have a lot of power lines. It's also a good way to get up high places. All you need to do is throw down a power pole and a wire, put another power pole up on something high, and you just, you know, clip onto your wire like this and just zoop on up there. It's really nice, really fun way of getting around. I wanted to showcase this because I had gotten it. All right, folks, I'm going to show you a little bit of this, my smelter build, while I ask you a question. A lot of this building I'm going to be doing in the next couple episodes is going to be off camera. And that's in anticipation of maybe y'all not wanting to see every little detail. And it's a little bit me trying to, because of my schedule, I don't have a lot of good solid time to be at the mic and recording. So it makes it easier for me not to do that. But I wanted to see what y'all thought. If you could please go down in the comments, let me know. Do you want to see me go through? I'm about to do a ton of base building in the next few episodes, and I want to get your opinion on whether or not you want to see this stuff. Me do it live and listen to me thinking about where I'm putting stuff. Listen to me plan out the production. Like, if you want to see that, let me know, because at the moment, the plan is to just record it and do something like this, where I'll throw down a little bit of a quick little time lapse, and then, or just do a cut, and then I'm going to do a walkthrough. So let me know in the comments. Do you like walkthroughs, or do you want to see the deets as I do them? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you. All right, we're back here for just a second. We have a little bit of work. I say work. We got some reconciliation to do. I just got done recording. Editing the first 5 episodes. And I noticed something that I didn't notice in the moment. And it's a very important thing that we take care of at the moment, and I'm bringing you with me. So let's get going. We're gonna have to find, actually, I should probably have this out. We need to find, not mushroom, we need berries. We need to find some berries. That is task number 1. Of course, I'm gonna start looking for berries and not find them. See, you caught me in the middle of working on our base structure up above. And there are no berries. Oh, I wonder if they're up top. I am not ready for this. Holy cow. I have 3 health. Excuse me, sir. You are foaming at the mouth or something. We'll just go up. Holy crap, that scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh, okay. If I wasn't driven, motivated for such a, oh gosh, that thing, I am not ready. I have to go and help my friend and find my friend again. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. Just grab my Maybe he's left. Maybe he's just left. Holy crap. We're gonna go this way. I haven't seen any spiders on the beach. Holy cow. That was scary. Alright. Wait. Okay. See if we can find a berry and reconcile with our old buddy. See, I was editing and I noticed that my little doggo pal had I'm assuming he lost faith in me, which I don't blame him. I got slammed pretty hard by those level 1 spitters, you know? And I don't blame him for really wanting a little bit more security in his life. But I'm not happy to just leave it at that. I feel like I want to prove myself to him and earn his trust again. So we're gonna try to do that. And I know one thing he really likes. He likes those pale berries. So we're gonna have a go at giving him some berries in hopes that he takes us back. Because we really do love him. And it's just a shame. He caught us on a bad day. I mean, we got slammed pretty hard by those. Honestly, I didn't even think about it, but I hope I can find him. Puppy? Pup. Where are you, bud? Where you at, man? Well, at this point, I'm gonna try to find some berries. I am now really worried that he's just gone. Okay. I haven't seen him. Where are you, man? I miss us. Come back. There's no berries that way. Let's not make any enemies right now. Okay. Where did we get slammed super hard? It was over here, right? And then he ran off this way, right? I mean, I just edited it. I should remember, but I don't. Oh, come on, bud. I don't want you to leave me. It's really lonely at the factory now. Can I program the scanner to find my friend? That one's taken. Oh no, where are you? Oh man, my guy's gone. I mean, really, I deserve it. I can't believe I let those guys bully me like that. Of course he would look down on me after that. He's gone. I don't know where he's at. Are you back here, bud? He could have ran back here, right? I'm having second thoughts, though. This was kind of where the spider was. Let's see if I can snag an extra. I think I need one more. I feel like if I don't have a berry in my hand, he'll not trust me in the slightest. Maybe this is more of just like a... You know what it... Found it. All right. I'm really thinking he's not here. And it makes me sad. I have one more theory. Oh, No, he's coming for me. Okay, I'm gonna jump him. I'm jumping you! Get out of here! Okay, I don't know what he... Okay, he's still coming. He is still coming. Woo-hoo-hoo. He jumps, too. Oh, gosh, I am terrified. Get out of here. Alright, we're gonna go back to our... He can't touch us in our base. I call base. You can't get me here. Are we safe? Maybe they just don't like sunlight. Okay, here's my other theory. He might have decided to come back to the factory, you know? Maybe he didn't completely lose faith in me, and he realized we're a team, and he thought we would meet back up at the base. And so he's here somewhere. This is where I met him. So I expect he could be here. You know? Like he was like, oh, boss is getting handled. He knows he doesn't want me to get hurt. I'll go home and let boss handle it. And eventually I did handle it. But I don't think that's what he did. This is just not cool, game. This is why you don't have pets. You know, I said it before. You shouldn't have a pet in a game. They only break your heart. I'm getting another one. Screw that first one. I don't care. I'm gonna go get another one. I'll be back. All right, we got another doggo. This one will certainly love me. Let me just split out these pale berries here. Come on, man. All right. Okay, I just pet you. It's really that easy, right? I got pale berries, man. Let's go. Okay, let's just take it a little slower. I'm just gonna get a little inch up here, just a tiny little bit. All right. Now that's pretty good. Let's drop this back up. All right, this is cool. You walk up, you eat it, and you love me. I love you. We love each other. Dog! What is your problem, dog? Get back over here! They hate me. Okay, maybe this one will love me. Just drop a berry. You come up and eat the berry, and then we become friends for life. Hey, you are the best, the cute. Get over here, cutie. Come on, you're coming home with me. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I have been a busy little employee. I have been working real hard trying to get the starter base foundations up and some basic production in, and I have done pretty well, and I kind of wanted to show you the progress so far. Let's get going. This is the foundations up here are really sloppy, okay? They're not final. I just have to get some foundation down to sort of get an idea of what to expect. So this first section here, the plan so far is to have all these nodes conveyed over to one point, at least just the iron ones right here, and have them come up this lift elevator up here to the factory. And this first section you're seeing, I actually should have put down a lookout tower so we can sort of get a good glimpse. It is our smelter, our iron smelter array. What you're looking at here is, I know this looks like a lot. We have come from some humble beginnings, but I know what I'm doing, trust me. Each of those, we haven't gone into the numbers too much, and I'll do that with you in just a sec. But this is our iron smeltery array. Each of those nodes down there are pure iron nodes. In fact, I should have just showed you when I was down there. So we're gonna go back down. All right, we're back down here. So in this location, there's 3 nodes. We have not paid much attention to the numbers. All we have done so far is we've thrown a miner down. We know that it's going to grab iron ore. It's going to shove it out of this hole and into this hole where it's going to make iron ingots. And then it's coming out of this hole and it's going to go into this hole and then it's going to make iron rods. That's really as much depth as we decided to go to. And really anybody in this sort of early game shouldn't be trying to make this sort of early stuff overcomplicated because you don't have a lot of tools to change this setup. But we've gone through tier 1 and 2 and have been given a lot of tools. For one, let's look at this. We're going to start looking at numbers. So if you're allergic to numbers, please get your EpiPens ready. These iron nodes have a purity level. There's 3 different purity levels: pure, impure, and normal. This is a pure node. It will pull out 120 ore per minute. And you'll notice this thing is not up and running a lot. And that's because it's, for one, we have a Mark 1 conveyor belt. Mark 1 conveyor belts only move 60 items a minute, which means this thing will only be able to work at, on average, 50% of the time because it's going to back up itself. The other part of this is the smelter. The iron ore and the copper ore recipes pull out 30 iron ore and make 30 iron ingots. So one smelter is only doing a fourth of what this node can produce. So it's hugely inefficient. But for early game, like I said, not that big a deal. Similar to the smelter, these constructors, they intake 15 iron ingots. And they produce 1 iron rod. I'm sorry, 15 iron ingots for 15 iron rods, a 1-to-1. And I say I'm using these per minute figures because they are more important in this line of thinking as far as getting a production line optimized for efficiency. I know this says 1-to-1, but knowing how much it does a minute is just a simple calculation of it takes 1 iron ingot. It does for every 4 seconds, it turns 1 iron ingot into 1 iron rod. So for a minute, that's 15. It's just a simple math thing. I like to use these numbers and I will always say these numbers, so don't get too confused. So obviously this is hugely inefficient. We got a miner producing 120 ore, a belt only pulling 60 ore, a smelter only smelting 30 ore into 30 ingots, and then a constructor pulling 15 ingots and making 15 rods. So this is inefficient. And so the goal of the starter base was to make more efficient these miners. Because this is our resource, our limited resource here. So that's what we're going to do. That's what up here is all about. There are 3 pure iron nodes over here. So let me get back up here and I'll get back to you. All right, we're back. So, where did I leave off? That's right. We got 120. We have 3 miners pulling up 120 iron ore. And we are smelting all of that good stuff. So we're going to have it come up here. 3 separate belt lines because, again, these belts, and these are obviously Mark 1 belts, but that's because I didn't have enough reinforced plates at the time. But these will all be Mark 2 belts. And we don't have anything better than this right now. So we're going to use these Mark 2 belts, and they have to... I can't merge them onto the same line and bring them up. We have to have 3 separate lines because we can only move 120 per belt. And we're going to hook these belts up to these 3 belts here. And I will run you through the production of one. It's going to go through here, get through to... So, I guess before I should explain. This, what I have set up here, is called load balancing. There's two methods to distribute items in this game via conveyor belts. It's load balancing and manifolds. I will go more into detail about the pros and cons of either or in the next episode. But so far, just for this episode, I'm going to do load balancing. And for the starter factory, we're probably exclusively going to do load balancing, except for in a couple different situations. And what load balancing is each smelter does 30 ingots. Or I'm sorry, it intakes 30 ore per minute. And we have belts with 120 ore. So we have to divide that by 4 because each smelter does 30. So what is 120 divided by 30, folks? It's 4. So we have to split it into 4, but our splitters only split into 2 or 3. So we take a splitter here and we split it once. So now this 120, we have 60 coming out of this side, and we have 60 coming out of this side. And then this 60 goes into another splitter. And now we have 30 coming in here for a perfect 30 per minute. So this machine should be working 100% of the time when it's on. And this one will get 30 as well. And similarly on the other side. And on the other side, what we have going on is we are merging 30 and 30 into this merger, making 60. And then we lifted it up and we're merging it again with the other side, which is going to have another 60. So now we'll have one Mark II belt up here with 120 ingots. Down here, we'll have 120 ore and 120 ore. And then this ore gets split the same way that one did. And then the last line of ore that was never smelted gets sent through this last set of smelters, right? So by the end of this process, we're gonna have 3 rows of 120 iron ingots ready for constructors, which leads me to the next level of our base. And honestly, we're gonna stop because it just got really dark. All right, I think we're ready to come back. I was gonna go, I showed y'all the smelter array and the logistics behind the smelter array. And I wanted to show you where all those iron ingots are gonna go. And by all those iron ingots, I mean 1, 2, 3 lines of 120 iron ingots. And they'll come up here to this mess. I did my best. These are the games. These early game factories are a little bit spaghetti, but it definitely has some logic. And honestly, this is one of the reasons I dislike the load balancing. So that's sort of what I'm having to deal with. You know, I just thought of a way better way to do this. I just do, hold on, I'm having a brain blast. Give me a sec. It would be something like bop. This and this. And I'd have those 3 coming in like this. Because I have to split each of these lines into 60 to more easily deal with them. And then I have them all come into here, and then I just split them all off. That's way better than what I just did here. I'm gonna have to redo this. So I'll probably do that in the next episode, but I just want to showcase this a little bit still. Yeah, it's been weird. Like that. And then I could take this and just split it out, and then it would, instead of doing all this mess like I did here. Cool. Hey, y'all got to watch a little bit of what I've been doing for the last hour or two. So I want to show y'all what is going on here. what is happening is we got 360 iron ingots coming in on 3 lines of 120. And we're going to make rods, screws, and plates on this platform of the factory. So this conveyor line here, this spline or spine of conveyors, I don't know what to call it, are 60 each after splitting. And they come in and they come down here and get split into this array for the screws. I'm sorry, not the screws, the iron rods. And likewise down the way. This first line right here of all these constructors are screws. Now, let's look at this recipe. I'm sorry, I keep saying screws. You'll see why. The iron rod recipe takes 15 iron ingots and puts it into 15 rods. Hooray. Really easy, right? Except that a lot of the recipes we're going to be using later, as far as, let's show you the recipes. In this starter factory, we're going to be making 4 recipes that use assemblers. The rotor, modular frame, smart plating, and reinforced iron plate. Reinforced iron plate takes screws. Rotors take screws. Modular frames take reinforced plates, which take screws. Smart plating takes reinforced plates, which takes rotors, which takes screws. We're using a ton of screws. So we have to use screws. And if you look at the recipe for screws, it takes 10 iron rods to make 40 screws. Now you'll see where the problem is. This makes 15. If I were to run one line from this constructor into this constructor, we'd back up because it would only consume 10 rods a minute. And that would be producing 15. And we'd have 5 rods backing up this system, making this run inefficiently. And we do not, that is a big no-no here at the FICSIT Apprenticeship Program. We are all about efficiency, making things exactly 100% efficient. So that's what all this mess is. I put a lookout tower here so we can ogle at the mess that is load balancing. See all this? It looks like nonsense, doesn't it? But all these splitters and mergers are my way of getting 15 rod production into 10 rod consumption. And it's pretty simple. You just place a splitter at the end of each of these rod productions, and you make the splitter split out on all 3 sides. So you're effectively creating conveyor belts with 5 rods a minute output on each side. So with that 5 rods, with 3 5-rod conveyor belts, you can merge 2 and split 1, and then merge, and then do that all along this way until you finally got to the end. And I haven't really talked about why I have this number and why I have this number of constructors, this many producing iron plates, and the programming and planning behind this. I can definitely show you if you'd like. Maybe just let me know in the comments. But it's me going into a spreadsheet, figuring out what the resources I have available and the demands, the things that I'm trying to make. And I have determined that this is the appropriate amount of stuff I need to make. We're gonna pause, I got a phone call. All right, we got a little bit interrupted and I kind of have to tie this up pretty quick. Pretty sure I've explained everything I need to here, but it's pretty simple. We just have to do a ton of splitting, and these rods are going to be split and pulled into a similar looking spine of conveyors to then get sent to our assemblers. and storage. So those are still to come for the starter factory. And I'm going to probably tackle those in the next episode. And on top of that, this is just the iron. We have copper production to do. We have concrete production to do. I have to get my biomass burners up here. I have to get the storage and hub up here. So there's still a good bit of things I got to get done. I think next episode I'm going to try to get the assemblers for the iron in. And possibly the copper production up into the starter factory. You'll also notice I don't have this powered or running because I don't want to drain my biomass. It'll tank my biomass, and I don't want to run them until I'm ready to sort of see the whole machine working all at once. So I think that's it for now. I don't think I'm going to do anything else. I wanted to let y'all know that these episodes are going to get kind of choppy. The first few episodes, we were tackling progression that happens sort of quickly and sort of close together. But now that we've sort of got into more thorough production lines and more in-depth production for the factory, it's one of those things where I gotta spend a lot of time building stuff. Like, y'all don't want to watch me place down, 300 foundations, and I don't have anything to say when I'm placing down 300 foundations. So I'm gonna do a lot of the grunt work, like you just saw, off camera, and bring you in afterwards to sort of touch base and get an idea of what I was doing. I hope you don't mind. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. And it's worth mentioning, all this stuff will get uploaded in the form of a long play when I have after a while. All that stuff you're not gonna. If you want to see me place down 300 foundations, you will get to. I promise. So that's all for this episode. We did get a ton done today. Much work has been put into the starter factory. Next episode's going to be a lot of the same, though, so get ready. I'm hoping to get the assemblers put in and get copper production up and running. But for now, just please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of all this. This is all extremely new to me, and your comments will help me improve, I promise. It all helps and is very appreciated. Thank you very much. Well, it's over. Yeah. Bye.